Alright, so I'm about ready to start working on the putting on the piece of binding. So what I'm going to do is, this stuff is nice and hard. I go in here with a little bit of sandpaper on a really small, like a sanding block or something, and just try to smooth out some of these rough edges. I just lost focus again. Anyway, so I've got this little piece of binding that's going to be cut out. It's going to fit right there, and yeah, everything should be okay. So here goes nothing. So right there, what I've got going on is well, here goes out of freaking focus again. Anyway, so right here, I've come in here with some sandpaper. I've leveled off the filler. It's still a little high on the body side, so I need to go in there and just flatten this out a little bit to where to where the piece of binding will come in here and sit level and be in line on the side here. So it's getting there though. Alright, well I got the binding glued in place, and I'm just letting it sit there for a little bit. It's on there. I don't know if it's exactly lined up there right, but it seems like it's okay. There's a little dent going on here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to sand it down to where it's nice and smooth here, and level it off over here because it's sitting up a little high. I think it's all lined up. Shit, I can't tell. Looks okay from here, but I could be missing something. But anyway, I'm going to proceed with this. Looks like it's going to work out though. I'll be back in a little bit. Right on. Well, the binding has now been it's been sitting there. It's glued into place. I've come in here with some 320 sandpaper and flattened it off. There's still a little high spot there, so I'll have to go back in there and take that out. And then I came across this way and down so that you couldn't really feel the new piece in there, although it still has to be taken down a little bit more. Then there's this little bitty divot right here that needs to be filled in with some of that JB Weld stuff. And yeah, I think it freaking worked out. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to finish this up. I'll be back. All right. Well, this thing's been so it's all sanded down here, nice and smooth and level here. There's just a little you can feel a little seam here, and a little bit right here, but I'll fix that after I do this other thing. So what I got to do now is right here, you can see the little dark divot here. There's a little bit of wood missing here, and that was also caused from the damage from the drop. So I'm going to use some more of that the same filler that I used to put underneath the binding. I'm going to put right here as well, just a little bit. So I got to put some gloves on, cut off a little bit of that stuff, and I'll be back when I get this thing all filled in. That's what the epoxy looks like before it's all kneaded up. Just do this a while until it becomes one color. But you don't want to watch that. I'll be back later. Right on. So I got the wood filler all filled in now. So you can see there's no little divot there anymore. It's a little off colored, but it'll dry up and everything will be good. The front's still good to go. I went through here and I did some sanding on this, and everything is nice and smooth. I don't think I'm gonna have to put any filler in down here. Should put that on camera, right? But yeah, it's nice and smooth here. You can see there's a little seam here, and there's a little seam right here. So that's where I'm going to be using some of the shavings from some new binding material, which, let's see, make sure I still have enough left. Yeah, I think I got enough left. But yeah, I'll just cut some of this up into like shavings and mix that up with some acetone, turn it into a little cream colored booger, and shove it into those seams. Let it dry, and then it'll just be sanded, and that'll make this all done. And then I can get back to putting some paint on this thing. All right, well I guess that's about it for right now. So I gotta let the filler dry, and then I can put the binding filler in there. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right. Well, I got me some little chips of binding material. I'm gonna go over here and toss it in this little glass jar I got here, and then I got this little bottle of acetone. I probably could have chopped those up into little pieces. Let's see. Hang on a sec. Right on. So as you can see there, the binding's all filled in, and everything seems to be lined up. Got a nice even line going around the outside. Go over here a little bit, and I've got a little bit of this acetone and binding shaving stuff going on right through here and around the corner here. It looks like I might have to put a little bit more filler in there once all this dries, after I get it all sanded. We'll see what it looks like. But that is, looks like it pretty much is fixed. Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, that's it. I'll be back later. Right on. Well, there you go. It's done. It's all been filled in, sanded. Everything came out really nice and smooth. You can't really feel any kind of transitions or anything like that. It's kind of rough right here, and I didn't even do anything there. I guess maybe I had to do something about that. But otherwise, yeah, it came out really well. So that's it. I'm done with the binding. It's going to be time for getting this thing ready for some paint. So I'm going to come up with my final paint scheme and go from there. I think you'll dig it. So, whoops, wrong way. It's as far out as it goes, huh? All right, well, that's it. I'm out of here.